Most people set goals and never hit them. Coaches, wellness professionals, listen up. If you're stuck chasing goals that leave you feeling burnout, it's not because you're not capable. It's because your goals don't align with how life actually works. In my goal setting workshop, I'll show you my unique framework to design goals that optimize your life and set you up for real success in your business. You don't need to sacrifice your personal life to achieve your biggest dreams. I'll show you how to have both. Sign up now to reclaim your goals and your life.
Welcome to More Than Mindset, the only podcast that bridges the gap between spirituality and success. Go beyond the mind with clarity and confidence coach Kim Guillory and learn how to integrate your passion to serve with your skills and experience to create a business you love. Let's get started.
Hey y'all, and welcome back. Today, I'm going to share a bit about where I'm at, where I've been, and where I'm going. We will conclude with my take on trust, what I discovered, and how you can adopt it in your life. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end to learn exactly how it's done. But first, I have to tell you, I am having so much fun this week. You know how much I love business and entrepreneurship, right? But nothing compares to how I feel when I can help someone shift from pain to pleasure or from locked up to liberated. Nothing feels as amazing as being in the energy of this work. Trust is an action. You know, there was a time where I thought it was an emotion, like I trust, right? I feel trust. I feel safe, right? So then, therefore, I trust. But what I've come to discover is it's a decision that we have to make, and then we got to go all in. And so when we think about like our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions, because that's really the only three things I'm concerned about is what am I thinking that's creating this feeling that's compelling me to take this action. And so when I think about trust, what is required for me to take the action of trust? And what I discovered is the thought, I trust life. Guys, that's a mouthful coming from me. I don't have a whole lot of reason to trust life, just so you know. If you knew my past, if you knew my story, the very essence of who I am, if you know human design as a 6'2", now off the roof, it took a lot of story. It took a lot of experience, a lot of growing to get to where I'm at now, to fully understand who I am, what my purpose is, what makes me come alive, what I share with the world, what is my gift, what is my being. It was not a pleasant route. I did not know that I was abrasive and a little tough, and I burnt bridges with some people, and I insulted them and scared them off and was a bit intimidating. But I honestly felt like a kitty cat inside. I didn't know I was doing that. It's only that I see it and hear it now. And probably that there was some part of me that was denying it, like didn't realize that I was being less sensitive or less compassionate. You know, I was like just speaking the truth. You know how that is, right? Somebody's just like, I just say what I think and not considering how someone else may be taking that. So that has been really in my awareness as I make this decision to trust in my relationships, to trust in my career, the changes in my career, the changes in my business. I've also come to recognize that there's nothing more important than relationship with ourself, our spirituality, our relationship with other individuals, whether it's our family or our community. It's everything. It's, you know, for the human, it is all about connection. So the more times you trust as an action, the more times you try it, the more times you experience it, the easier it gets. So let's talk about how to trust, because you may find yourself in a position right now where you've tried all the things and nothing seems to be working and you're not sure what else. And when you ask your own brain, when you go to yourself, you really don't have any evidence from the past that is encouraging you to trust yourself, right? That's where I was. And so really sitting with life itself and all that has happened and sitting on the other side of the bridge and retelling that story, changing the inner dialogue of how I express it, how I share it, what I think about it was everything. Being able to make friends with the things that have happened, the things that I have experienced. And once I came to that recognition that it's actually the things that happen in life are the things that help to grow us. They help us love better and have more compassion and more understanding and more empathy. And that I do. I have a lot of compassion and empathy. You can retell the stories of your life also, so that you can change the inner dialogue, so that you can change the way you experience what has happened and see it from the eyes of appreciation, from gratitude, from understanding, from sympathy and empathy, even for yourself. We want to nurture that child that I was talking a couple of weeks ago about feeling like a kitty cat, being really timid and hiding. It's like that inner child, that softness, that fragility that's within us that has been wounded. And it's not all about going into your past and telling all those stories. You're not in counseling. It's not like that at all. It's about bringing all parts of ourself on board. And when we do that and we see that we can truly trust life, then we can take the action of trusting. But it's only through the experience, the repeated experience, like going back and, yep, this happened here and I can see where I trusted. Yep, this happened here. I can see where I trusted. I can see where this worked for me. So first you have to decide and choose that you want to trust again. This is a big deal. If your heart's been broken, if you have suffered grief, intense shame, and there's a part of you that's like, I don't want to fucking trust. Humans are assholes, and I just have no reason to let my guard down ever again. So recognize that you have to first decide and choose that you want to trust. And then once you make that decision, you have to commit to yourself and to the vision and understand that it may be hard. It may feel vulnerable. It may be uncomfortable. But if you commit to yourself and to the process, I guarantee you the path to trust. Oh my God, it's so powerful. I feel so much more ease in my life, so much more playfulness since I've made this decision to fully trust life. So once you commit to yourself and to the vision, then you will start cultivating already right now as that person who trusts, who can trust, who chooses to trust, who is willing to continue to trust over and over every single day, who is willing to come back to presence and feel the sensations in her body and come into this sensitive part of yourself and allow her to be heard and seen. Allow that part of you to be nourished, to be witnessed, to receive. That is so hard for us if you've, like me, lived the life of denial, of stifle, of putting your needs off in order to feel comfortable and to feel in alignment with the group or whatever it is that you wanted, that you couldn't be yourself, that you had to be what everyone else in the room wanted you to be in order for you to feel accepted. That's sellout. So when you're cultivating it, that's like the secret sauce, because cultivating is actually feeling the trust in your body. What does trust feel like? It might feel a little shaky at the beginning. You may feel a little nervous. You may feel hesitant. Like, be with even that. I choose to trust while I'm learning to trust. And then you continue every day. You keep getting support. You allow others to witness you. That's something that I'm loving in Self-Healing Masters, is like we're actually doing the work in real time. And we have the community to support us as that newer, higher version of ourselves, that I like to say like high-minded or consciousness, bringing in this more conscious awareness of actually who we are as a soul being in this sacred soul essence. And then let it be easy, guys. Like even the discomfort, let that be easy. Be willing to have tough conversations and like be willing to admit the things that you desire. Be willing to put yourself out there and be experienced in that desire. like how that feels, how humbling that is. Being in all of it, just let it be easy. And not waiting until a crisis happens. Not waiting until you don't have a choice. Not waiting until you get a diagnosis, or not waiting until that scary thing happens, but truly giving yourself permission now. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, is how to trust. First, you have to decide, and you have to choose that you want to trust again. If this is something that you're battling with, just step number one, if you're like, hell, I don't know, I don't think I'm ever going to trust again, I encourage you to come on over and do the work. Once you've chosen to want it, that's the first step. You have to choose to want it. And then you have to choose to believe it's possible, right? That's when you commit. And then you have to cultivate it as if it's already happening. And you start taking these steps. You start having these tough conversations. You allow it to be easy. You celebrate yourself. You celebrate receiving. And don't wait until there's a crisis. Don't wait until you don't have another option. And continue to get support to be witnessed as all that you are. Allow people to love you. Allow people to hold space for you and to love on you, to share compassion with you. All right, that's what I have for you this week. May you all have a pleasant experience in even the willingness to think about choosing to trust again. I say that like with deep, deep meaning, because it is a big deal, guys. It's a big deal when we grieve and we hurt and we've been heartbroken. It's hard to turn that back on. It's hard to open those doors and allow someone in. I want to encourage you that it's very doable, and I wish it for you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of More Than Mindset.